In this lesson, we will be discussing one of the three verbals in grammar. Verbals are words or phrases that look like a verb, but they don't function as one. So if you see words that end in ing or ed or another form of a verb, it may not always be a verb. Three examples of that would be either, number one, a participle or participial phrase. They function as an adjective or adjective phrase, but look like a verb. 2, a gerund, which functions as a noun or a noun phrase, again, but it appears to look like a verb. Or number 3, an infinitive, which is to plus a verb, and it functions as either a noun, adjective, or an adverb. So let's kind of zoom in on one of these three. The first one, a participle or participial phrase. The participial phrase is always used as an adjective phrase to modify a noun or a pronoun. It includes the participle together with its modifiers, objects, or predicate words. The participle will usually end in ing or ed, but there might be other variations depending on the form. So let's take a look at some examples in IXL lesson. In the directions here, and you notice we're in level J, R.1, which will be your assignment, it says to select the participle or participial phrase. In the U.S., the Social Security Administration provides benefits to those with disabling conditions such as heart failure, cirrhosis of the liver, diabetes, and cancer. So in this sentence, I'm going to look for words that end in ing or ed, but aren't acting as the verb in the sentence. And the first word I see is disabling. I know this because it's right in front of a noun. It's kind of it's modifying the conditions. What kind of conditions are disabling? So it ends in ing, it's modifying a noun, so it is a participle. All right, let's try another one. Looks like we're correct. Oops. Oops. Oh, the next question. Let's go back to that. I guess that was the next question, and the next question was asking me, what is the word that it's modifying? And we already answered it, so conditions would have been the correct answer. So because I didn't select anything, they said I was wrong. But we got it now. Let's try another one. Select the participle or participle phrase here. After I accidentally cut myself with the bread knife, I wrapped my bleeding finger in a towel. So here I see wrapped and bleeding. Wrapped is acting like the verb there, I wrapped. That's what they're doing. Bleeding, however, is modifying finger. So bleeding is acting like an adjective, ending in ing. It is a participle. Now we'll read the directions for the next one. It's a different question. Select the part of the sentence that the participle modifies. So here, now we're looking for the word that it's describing or modifying. And just as I said previously, bleeding is describing the finger or modifying the finger. So when you do your lesson, don't make the same mistake I made on that last one. Read the directions so that you get it correct. Okay, let's try another one. Aaron sorted the broken pieces of tile by color and then carefully arranged them into an intricate mosaic. So, I don't see any ing words. So now we gotta look for some ed words or en words. Sorted is acting like a verb there, so that's not a participle. We have arranged, and I think that one's also appears to also be functioning as a verb, because they're carefully arranging them, Aaron is. So that leaves me broken. So when something's broken, it could be a verb, but in this case, because it's in front of pieces of tile, a noun, it is modifying that. So broken is the participle. And the next sentence asks, what is it modifying? Well, we said it's modifying pieces of tile. See if this next one ends up being a phrase. So far we've just had participles as single words here. Near her front porch swing, Miss Thompson keeps an extra key concealed under a flower pot. So in this case, if I click on concealed under a flower pot, this phrase looks like it begins with a verb, but it's acting as a participle. It's acting as an adjective phrase here, because what is this modifying? It's modifying the key, concealed under a flower pot. So it's giving more information, modifying the key. And then it says, what is it modifying? It's modifying the key. All right. So if we return back to our lesson here, that is, that would be what a participle and participle phrase is. Now you could go ahead and try to select the correct answers as you do in Level J, R.1 for your assignment. See you tomorrow.